Greetings and welcome back, my friend. This is Sean Episcopo from NoHusbandLeftBehind.com. In this series, we're talking about our brand new mastermind, Our Table 2025. And in this video, we're going to talk about investment. Now, I want you to remember, my friend, that in this series, all are welcome. For this mastermind, we're encouraging men and women to feel welcomed, whether you're married or not. We've designed this program specifically with family and friends and neighbors and colleagues and other people who know us and have known us for some time. Particularly, we want to make a strong Christian faith-based experience for each and every single one who joins. We are going to integrate Bible and prayer. Now, recently, we finished out the end of 2024, the last 6 weeks of the year, with our workshop ending 2024 strong. Those replays are still available. So for the 4 sessions, as well as the bonus session, feel free to take a second look if you haven't had a chance recently. If you need to, go ahead and take a screenshot, workshop.nohusbandleftbehind.com. You'll see the website at the bottom. That's where you'll sign up to get access to the replays. You simply just have to put in your name and your email address so that we know where to send the information. Now, speaking about the workshop, we talked about the top three that have been coming up time and time again, which is your personal life, your home life, and your work life. I still think that they're important, don't you? That's something that I want us to continue on into the new year. Now, the new mastermind, we decided not to just have one long video talking about everything, at the same time. We decided to do short videos. So we did a series. The first video, we talked about program details. The second video was what's in it for me. The third video, we talked about where do we see this going. And now today, we want to continue on with how much is expected of me. Now, a Bible verse that came to mind this week, I was thinking about this. It's recorded in Matthew 6:21 and also again in Luke 12:34. And it says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Now, speaking about treasure and considering about investments, I want you to realize, my friend, that the No Husband Left Behind community is constantly putting out free content. So there are programs that are, continually available through the website, the blog, our YouTube channel, and so on. And we have challenges and workshops in particularly that focus on the do-it-yourself person. So many of us like to just get the materials together and then go through step by step and do it on our own. These programs we generally like to offer for free, even though they cost us time and money to develop them. The truth is, if you don't need the additional support, coaching and whatnot, these things are something I want you to take advantage of, utilize them, and enjoy them. Now, there's also other things that we are offering as of this year in particularly. This is our brand new mastermind we're talking about today, but I want you to know that we are planning on doing boot camps, throughout the course of the year. So these will be a paid um, program because they're going to include private community and they're really going to focus more so on the doing it together. So, like I said, the do it yourself, we generally offer those for free because we can package everything together once and then, you can enjoy it whenever you get to it. We don't have to be there to advise or answer questions and those things in real time. However, in the mastermind, we're going to be planning on doing this thing together. So I'm going to ask you to see this a little bit differently. So consider what's it worth to you, my friend, finding solutions to your biggest challenges, each and every single month. And then not carrying your burdens alone, being able to share those with others who care within the community. And then having other people who are willing to take time to listen and hear you, to pray for you and or with you, as well as to advise if and when they've had a similar type of experience and learn something from it. So kind of look at this mastermind more so as like a community of problem solvers working together. There is going to be accountability and support, as I've said before. This isn't going to be just, here's the package and, best luck, wishing you well on your own. This is going to be something where we work on this, month after month together. So, as you consider the mastermind, look at it from the viewpoint of gathering around the table and sharing. Perhaps your family has done this through, hopefully throughout the years, maybe good friends or even colleagues where you've shared time and, what's on your heart, what's on your mind. That's what we want this mastermind to represent is our table. We're coming together, collectively sharing and growing and doing well together. So now there is going to be a certain level of confidentiality in all of our lives. And I understand that, my friend. So certain things that you're going through, you're probably going to want to consider it's only going to be shared between God and you. And I respect that. Now, there's going to be certain other things, though, that are going on in your life that perhaps you can open up and include me. So it's going to be just God and you and me, if you feel comfortable at that level of sharing. Now, there's going to be other things, perhaps you're like, well, I don't mind. Sharing those with others. So perhaps, God and you and me and even others within our mastermind, all of us looking for a solution to the problem and or the next step, at least to give you something to focus on for that month. So the mastermind is going to include group time. This is for those things that we talk about. It's going to include God and you and me and others within the mastermind. So all members of the mastermind are going to be invited. Now, that doesn't mean that all of our meetings, we're all going to be in on the same call. There will be times where it's probably going to be better if we break down into smaller groups. Particularly, let's say certain month, maybe half of us are focusing more so on what's going on at home with the family, and then maybe the other half is more concerned what's going on at work. So it might be good to also consider group time where we do like subgroups, like smaller groups, if you will. Now, another piece to this mastermind, which I hope you're going to really enjoy, is there are times where we need to come together where it's a little bit more personal, but you and I, you and me, if you will, together with just God and you and me, and let's work on those things. Are a little bit more confidential. And of course, your spouse is always welcomed if and when, you're working on something together. This will give us a chance to dig a little bit deeper. Like, let's say if you're going on, you're working on something, it's more marriage focused. My wife and I have gone through more than a quarter of a century of learning and growing and developing. But whatever it is that's more intimate, this will not be as often as group time. Group time will be every month. We'll have different times where we plan on getting together through the month. Personal time will be more so on an as needed basis, but I want you to know that it's available for you because we want to make sure that this is your best year ever. Now, there is going to be an investment of time. I'm going to ask you to consider joining us each and every single month, at least once a month, if at all possible. Now, I understand life happens and things come up, but there will be different days and times available throughout the month. I'm going to do my best to work that to accommodate your schedule, depending on the days of the week and or, whether mornings or evenings, however things work out better for you. There will also be an investment of money for this particular program. But rest assured, it's going to be less than $1 a day. This will be paid up front between now and the end of January. So by January 31st of this year, end of day, we want those who are serious to make a small investment into the mastermind. Now, what are you going to support with contributing something to get into this mastermind? Well, it's going to provide resources for our community. Even our free programs take time and money to develop and to host them, to do different things depending on what exactly they are. And then we are looking at building a new company This year, we want to do this and other things as fundraisers to build a new company that's going to allow us to do even better resources, better video, better printables and or downloadables. And then indirectly, because you're interested and being a part of this mastermind, indirectly my wife and I also support persecuted Christians and organizations that take care of helping them around the world. So that's something that we'll talk about a little bit over time, but I want you to know that directly you're investing in the community as well as the future company, but then indirectly you're also helping Christian ministries, in particular those who support the persecuted. Now, my role in this is going to be a facilitator with keeping the discussion going each time we meet, as well as being an advisor, a guide, keeping things, productive. You can also consider me as a trainer, a coach. If nothing else, consider me your friend. I want the best for you. Now, your role as a member, you're going to be part of this mastermind. Consider yourself like a partner for the vision of what it is we want to build this year and moving forward. You're also going to be asked to share, if you will, as you feel led to do so, whether it's giving and or receiving. So you can contribute with a kind word, some inspirational thoughts. Maybe you had success in a certain area you want to share, or if you want to sit back and listen and receive and learn and hear from others, whatever it is you feel like doing in each of the meetings, that's up to you. Now, for full disclosure, my friend, this mastermind is not replacing any of the experts in your life, the professionals that do things day in and day out that are the masters of their craft. So consider, your doctor, attorney, accountant, your pastor or counselor or psychologist, even your plumber, your electrician, your mechanic. Let's keep them in place to do the things that they do well. This is going to be a place where we come together and we focus on finding solutions to our biggest challenges together. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns now or at any point in the future, please let me know. I want to make sure that we get those answered for you, my friend. And if you will, as we begin to wrap up today, let's take a quick moment for prayer. Dear God, thanks for bringing Christian believers here together. Please provide us wisdom for solutions to every challenge. May you be glorified through each of our lives. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, we still have to talk about some final things between now and the end of the year when we're going to be closing down the opportunity to join this mastermind. So next week, be prepared. We're going to have a session for questions and answers. So if you've already had questions about the program, they've been answered, that's fine. But let us know what you're thinking. I want to go through those next week, and we need to get you enrolled. So we're going to have an open enrollment starting next week. So we need to address how to get in and the limited time offer today. And as we go into next week, we want to get you in, my friend, because this opportunity is only going to be available through end of day, January 31st, 2025. Over the next week, if you will, and I've asked you each of these video sessions to consider doing this, but please take some time to prayerfully seek God for guidance, consider what you think and feel inside, and then talk with a person that you trust, a spouse, best friend, pastor, what it is you want to accomplish in 2025. We would love to have you as a part of this mastermind, my friend. Now, if you will, take a moment and like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, share with a friend. And lastly, I want you to consider taking a moment and visiting the website nohusbandleftbehind.com. This is where you're going to find additional resources and or to be able to connect within our community. I want to thank you for your time today, my friend. I look forward to spending some time together in our next video. Remember, this is going to be a limited time offer between now and January 31st. Let's get you in. God bless.